Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for September 11th, 2025. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Alrighty, so we've got 2, 4, and 6 here. The two 2's look over. This 2 also looks up, placing a 2 here. Vertically, I don't think 2's doing anything. All right. The 4, we have 2 4's looking in. This 4 looks up. We can do that, right? Putting a 4 in one of these 2 cells. Vertically, nothing. The 6's do have a vertical. They look all in like that. There's a 6 in one of these 2. Horizontally, no luck there. Although something to note, sort of in our heads, is that the 6 is in one of these 3 cells. The 4 is a subset of that. So if we have one more digit that must be in just these 3 cells, we would have a hidden triple. So I think the digits to look at would be to compare these digits with these digits, because that would automatically do that. We already did the 4. And it was the 6 that we already did. We have the 2, but unfortunately there's already a 2 in the box. So we just have this 7 and this 8, and unfortunately the 7 and 8 do not have this property. All right, but that would have been neat. It does mean these 3 digits are, actually all of these digits are pretty restricted because, no, are they? I don't know. Let's not worry about that right now. We'll do that later if we need to. Because the more you mark in the grid, the harder it is to do the basic scanning. So we want to do the basic scanning on the emptiest grid possible and only mark the important stuff at first. All right, so that was the 6. The 9 looks into here. This 9 looks up, putting a 9 in one of these 2 cells. We already have a 9s, both 9s down here, so we don't point. We would point. Well, I guess technically, it depends on how you think of it. Technically, we do point. It just doesn't eliminate anything that wasn't already eliminated by these 9s. Anyway, however you want to think about that. Okay. That is it for this box. I'm looking at stuff that may look in through here, but unfortunately there's just the 2, which we already have. I'm noticing we have a 5 and a 7 looking up through here. So 5 and 7 are in these 3. Unfortunately, we don't have a 3rd digit to limit to there. So I really don't think there's more to do here. This box, let's do the buddies first. We have 2, 4, 7, 8. So we do have 7s as buddies. It's a 7 in one of these 2. I'm not seeing anything else that we can do here. Now this is a filled box column. So what we want to do is we want to look at these 2 columns. We want to think about, well, just look for any digits that are placed that aren't already placed in the box. So 7's already placed in the box. 9 we already have corner marked. But the 5 does look up through here. None of these are 5. It puts a 5 in one of these 2 cells, which is going to point down along with this 5, putting a 5 in one of these 2 cells. All right, I did look for 5 in this row, but it's extremely open. Three places. All right. I do want to look at this column, which is down to 4 digits, and we know the 5 is down here. So that means these aren't 5, meaning at the very least we're going to be able to mark those 2. Actually, this isn't 3, 4 either. So I think this is a single. But again, let's just think about all 4 digits we need. We need a 1, 3, 4, 5. So this can't be the 3, 4, or 5. And so this is a naked 1. And that leaves behind 3, 4 here, 4, 5 here, and 3, 4, 5 here. This saw 3. All right. Just place that 1. That was nice. Let's look at this 3 and 2. So the 2's are done. The 3's do look into here. This 3 looks in, putting a 3 in one of these 2. Nothing, unfortunately, looks up through here that isn't already placed. All right, I think that's what we get out of that box. Before we move on from this band, we want to look for low-hanging fruit. And we do see that we have 4 open cells in this row. So we need 1, 5, 6, 7. We know that these aren't the 7. So these are at most 1, 5, 6, and this isn't the 5. This can't be a 6, so it's 1, 5, 7. And I believe this can be any of 1, 5, 6, 7. So we won't mark it. I don't think these unlocked anything immediately, but they might be used later. I think that's all we get out of this band. Let's move on to the next band here. So we have 3, 5, and 6. So when we're scanning vertically, we already scanned these digits, right? So we really just have to scan downwards. And there's no buddies, but you're welcome to also just double check that you didn't miss anything, because oftentimes I'll miss something, and I've been doing this for years. So I don't see anything to do vertically. 3, 5, and 6 horizontally. We have a 5, 6 here and a 5, 6 here. So none of these cells can be 5, 6. This isn't either. We need a 5 and a 6 in the box. So we need 2 cells for that. These are the 2 cells. This is called a hidden pair. So we need to place a 5 in one of these cells and a 6 in the other, meaning that we can't place anything else in those 2 cells. So the thing to think about in order to follow up on that is, what did we just remove from those 2 cells? What did we eliminate? And one of the easiest ways to answer that in this case is just to look at the 3 digits that remain in the row, because it's going to be those 3 at most. So we still need a 2. We have the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 8, 9. So that's not a 9. That's not a 9. So actually the 9 gets placed in the row. Now that the 9 is placed, really we just removed 2 and 8. But there was already a 2 in the box, so we really just removed 8. So the thing we learned is that these aren't 8. This 8 looks up, but that's really all we get. 8 can still be in these 4. Placing this 9, we should follow up on that, these 9s vertically. And we can also follow up horizontally. 9 over here, by these 3. All right, that was quite nice. That was from looking at the 5 and the 6. So over here, we've got quite a few digits, but we're just going to take a look. So we got the 9s vertically. Horizontally, there's no 2 or 4. And we already checked against this box. So I think what I want to do is just look at what the 4 digits in this box are. And it looks like it's the 2, 3, 4, 8. If we compare our center marks. So 2, 3, 4, 8. This can't be 4. So this is 2, 3, 8. That does mean 4 is in one of these 2. I think this can be any of 2, 3, 4, 8. So we will not mark that. We have 2 and 4 here. The 2s are done. The 4 doesn't seem to do anything. Okay. This cell here is probably limited because we know it's not 2, 4, 5, 6. It's also not 3, 9. So 2, 4, 5, 6 is 4 digits. 3, 9 is 2 more digits that it isn't. So that's 6 digits in total just from the box. There's only 9 digits. So 6 or 9 minus 6 is 3. So there should have at most 3 center marks. One of them's a 1, not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7, 8, not 9. So yeah, it's 1, 7, and 8. That's what we expected. Anything else in this band I want to take care of? I'm tempting to look at these 4, even though this is 2 or an 8. But we'll do that if we need to. It's a bit more desperate. This bottom band, we have the 7, and really we technically only have to scan horizontally, but it doesn't hurt to just take a glance vertically to make sure we didn't miss something in an earlier scan. But I don't see anything the 7's doing or the 9. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. Everything's taken care of. Yeah, not seeing anything to do. We have 4 digits left in this box. So we need a 4, 5, 7, 9. This can't be 7 or 9 or 4, so it's a naked 5. And so we're left with 4, 7, 9. And does this 5 do anything for us? Well, the column is now down to 3 digits. We need a 1, 1, 7, 9. This can't be 7, so this is 1, 9. I think these can all both be 1, 7, 9. And then this row has been reduced to 4 digits. We need a 3, 4, 6, 8. This can't be 4, 3, 6, 8. This can't be 3 or 4, so it's 6, 8. This can't be 6, so it's 3, 4, 8. I think this can be any of them. Okay, I'm not seeing these do anything at the moment. 2, 3, 6, 8 maybe? Nah. All right. So I've basically finished my initial scan, and the puzzle is not done. The past 2 puzzles, the puzzle was done after the initial scan. This one is not. So that means we're probably missing something that I haven't penciled yet. But we could also be missing something that I have penciled because I'm not perfect. So what we're going to do is the next sort of phase of my scanning, I'm going to look at all the rows and all the columns. And there's specific things I'm looking for. One is it a low-hanging fruit row or column? Meaning, are there 4 or fewer open cells? And have I attempted to pencil it yet? If not, I'm going to attempt to pencil it. The other thing I'm looking for is whether there is a pair or a triple that I might have missed that I already have penciled. So starting with this row, this has 5 left. So I wouldn't call that low-hanging fruit yet. On a secondary pass, I might start doing 5s if I need to. this has 4. I can see that I didn't pencil this one, 1, 5, 6, 7. We can see if maybe there's been an update that would make this pencilable, but it does not appear to be. All right, this row has got nothing going on. We have the 2-8 pair and the 5-6 pair, which we did take care of. Here, nothing going on. Here, nothing going on. This row, I don't see anything. Not see anything here. We did attempt this one, 3, 4, 6, 8. Can be any of them. And then this final row, no. Okay, now we're gonna look at columns. Nope, nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look a little bit more carefully for, yes, we have 5s here and here. So these aren't 5. That's something to try to remember. That's what the corner marks are for. I think them not being 5 isn't good enough to mark anything up. All right, this column, we have the 1, 7, 9. All right, I didn't miss any low-hanging fruit. I don't think I missed any pairs or triples that are already marked. The next thing, and this is really to just look for more that I might have missed in my initial scan. I'm going to go box by box, and I'm going to look for 2 things. One is it a low-hanging fruit box? There probably isn't one. I'm usually pretty good at spotting those and doing them right away. But I'm also looking to see if there are cells that aren't corner marked when there is a good amount of information in the box. So this isn't a good example because there are no corner marks yet in this box. But I can look for things like this isn't a 3. We have these aren't 5. So if these aren't 5 and they're also not 2, 4, 6, 9, there's only 4 digits possible left. I can actually see they aren't 5 or 7. So they aren't 6 out of the 9 digits just from these givens. And so these 2 are worth marking because they're down to 3 or fewer. So what are those 3 digits? Well, we have the 1. They can't be 2. They could be 3. They're not 4, 5, 6, 7. They could be 8, and they're not 9. So we didn't get any help from the rows, unfortunately, but they are down to 1, 3, 8. So the other thing I'm noticing is now that I've marked this 1, 3, 8, I have this 2, 8 here. So in total, you can think about how we've accounted kind of for where 1, 2, 3, and 8 might go. And so the question we might want to ask is, what is that other digit that's limited down here? Because that's going to claim, right? I've only accounted for 4 out of the 5 digits left in this column is kind of what I'm saying. I know where A1 could go, where A2 could go, where A3 could go, where A8 could go. But I don't know where the 4 can go. And so, yeah, these aren't 4. This isn't 4. And so one of these 2 is a 4. Now that's important because that claims. This column needs a 4. It's going to be here or here. So it will place a 4 here or it will place a 4 here. Those are the only 2 worlds that exist. And so due to that, we can't put a 4 anywhere else in the box. Because say I put a 4 here, as an example, which I have marked as possible, I now have nowhere to put 4 in this column. So none of these cells can be 4 anymore. That's what claiming does. Also, what I've noticed is I've lined up these 4s. Or another way to put it is, I only corner marked 4s in 2 places instead of 3. I didn't corner mark a 4 here, for the obvious reason that there's a 7 sitting there. But this row still needs a 4. So where does it get its 4? Well, not here, not here. We just eliminated that 4 because of the claiming. So not in this box. Definitely not here, definitely not here. And this sees a 4. So 4 in this row goes here. Now that eliminated a 4 corner mark in this box, placing the 4 in this box. And it also finishes this column with 5 and 3. All right, that was a very good thing to have spot, and that flowed from just me thinking, well, I don't know where the fifth digit is in this column, and ended up claiming. Hopefully that made sense. I'm also seeing this cell's not 3, 8, and the column needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So this is only 1, 2. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 4. Yeah, sorry. 1, 2, 4. It's not 3, 8. Sorry. I got confused. I don't know why. So I placed some digits. I placed the 5, so we can follow up on that. So 5 looks down, putting a 5 in one of these 2. I placed the 3. So now 3 is placed in this box right here. It's the only place for it. We're left with a 6, 8 pair here. Probably could have seen that for the row as well, but I just saw it for the box first. These 3s look up, putting a 3 in one of these 2. We will look for the 3 in this row and see that it is right there. Anyway, it's a good habit to scan that. This is just down to 2, 3, 8 for the box. That does mean 3's in one of these 2 in this box. Notice it's not there. And so this can't be a 3 anymore because these point, leaving only one place for 3 in this box, making this row a 1, 7, 8 triple. That remains. All right, we just got a bunch of stuff. Is there anything I didn't follow up on? Sometimes it can be hard to remember everything that happened. Let's see. Is this still 1, 5, 6, 7? Yes. Okay. We mostly got stuff in this stack in this band. So that's what I should focus on. I could look at these two. They're not corner marked with the 3. But there's nothing here helps. So I think there's going to be everything left but the 3. All right, so I was going box by box. Let me just continue doing that then. This box is a little interesting. These aren't 5. This isn't 9. But there's not. Does this have any help? 4, 5, 7? Unfortunately, the 4 and 7 are already placed, so it's just the 5 looking up. This has a 6 helping. Okay, so this is limited. Just counting givens, right? And so this is down to 1, not 2. Yes, 3, not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 3, 9. It makes us ask, where's the 8? I mean, 8 can go here. Unfortunately, 8 can also go over here. So let's see. I don't think anything else in this box is any good. These aren't corner marked with 4s, but I just don't think these see anything. Well, this sees a 1, so it's down to... Is it down to 3, 8, 9? No, it should be down to... What's the other digit? Hold on. 1, 3, 8, 9. We're missing a digit. It's the 5. Where's 5 in this row is the question. It's one of these two. So that is going to claim. So this can't be 5 anymore because of the claiming, meaning I can mark it. It's down to 1, 6, 7. These also aren't 5. Is that enough to mark them up, though? This can't be 1, 2, 3. It could be 4. It can't be 5 because of claiming 5s. And it can be all of 6 through 9. So, no. Yeah, I don't think... 6 through 9 is a problem here. All right. Let's move on to the next box. Do we have anything helping here? Well, we're down to 1, 2... Yeah, what is the... Again, we have 1, 2... We have 1, 2, 7, 8, but we should have 5 digits left. So what's the other digit? It's the 3. So the... Wait. No, not the 3. Good thing. It's the 4. So where's 4 in this box? Well, this 4 looks down. This 4 looks in. This 4 looks in. So this is the 4. All right. Could have seen that from basic scan, but like I said, once you have a bunch of stuff marked, it's hard to know what to basic scan anymore. You want to get as much as you can before you've marked up a bunch of stuff. This is down to 1, 7. Oh yeah, the 2 looks down, the 2 looks in. So this is the 2 for the box. That makes that an 8. This is now a 2, 3 pair, which can be helpful. 8 looks down, giving us the 6 and the 8. Now 8 in this box is placed here because of this 8 looking up. This can't be 2. That can't be 6 anymore. All right, and that can't be 8. So this is just a 1, 7 pair. What's left in this row / box? It's the same thing. We need a 1, 7, 9, but what's the other digit? It's the 8. We need an 8 in this row. So the 8's in one of these two. This can't be 1 or... Sorry, 2 isn't an option, but this can't be 1. So this is down to 7, 8, 9. I think this might be all of 1, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Did I form anything interesting? This 1, 7 pair leaves us with 5, 6, 9. This can't be 6 or 9, so this is a naked 5, meaning that is the 5 for this box. That's not a 5, so that's a 5 for this box. So what's this column down to? 1, looks like it's 1, 2, 7. So this is only 1, 2, can't be 7. This can't be 2, so it's 1, 7. Ah, so 2 in this column can only go here. Some interesting spots in this one. We're down to, oh yeah, the 6 in this box is only here based on our corner mark. Now 9 is only here. That places 9 in this box. Does not place 9 in this box. Gotta be careful there. There's still 2 places for 9. This is a 1, 4. Ah, but this can't be 4 because the 4, 7 pair we just got. So that's 1, that's 4. All right. Yeah, the 1-7 pair did eliminate one from those, but now we have a direct one doing it as well. This is a pair. Oh yeah, so we need. Wait, what's going on here with these sevens? Oh yeah, 4-7 pair says that's not a 7, so that's a 7. I need a 2 and an 8 here. Oh, that's not an 8, right? So that's 2, that's 8, and then this digit is a 1. We get the 3 and 2 here. We get the 6 here because of the 1. Left with a 1-7 pair. That's not a 1. This is 3 or 9 for the column. So that means this is also a 1. All right, that gives us 7 and 1. That's 9, that's 7, that's 1. That's 3, 8, 3, 9. We get the 1, 4, 7. We get the 7 and the 8 and the 9. We get the 4. 1 and 7 here. That's 6, that's 5, that's 6, that's 5, that's 8, and we're done. Oh wow, I didn't realize that took me so long. I think I spent some good time explaining, but still. Yeah, I guess it took me a bit to spot the right things. This had some pretty interesting claiming in it, some weird singles as well. I don't recall like a specific like pair or triple that hit from me. It was mostly claiming today. All right, well, let me know how you did, and if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.